I put y'all in here. And I swear I ain't trying to have your face on the thing. I'm gonna put it up here. Well, no, we can still lightweight see your face, girl. It might get you, it might not. I don't know. But that's too far up. Maybe if I come over here with it. I guess that'll work. Damn. It's messed up. YouTube don't let you play music. I need some music in the background. Let me just write these names down. America Ford. What's going on? Hello, Barb. How are you doing today? I'm not pointing fingers like my homeboy C. It's been a minute since I went live from the shop. I'm actually cutting out some names, and I wanted to just talk to y'all. If y'all got any questions, go ahead and ask. It's traveling season, so the boy's about to be any and everywhere. I greatly appreciate y'all though tapping in with me. Tomorrow I'm going to have a video dropping with Structure Academy over SUPACOLOR, and I had Zach Sweat in the building. For those that don't know, Zach is a coach here in the Canton area. He was locally working with Walsh College. If you don't know what Walsh College is, go ahead and Google that. They'll do a better explanation than I can do. But he dropped out of that to come and mentor and teach the kids. So with that being said, it's pretty rewarding. Great without railing planners. That had a couple customers drop off some projects. Wow. Hold on 1 second. Anaya, come talk to the camera real quick, would you? Y'all meet my daughter Anaya. She be behind the camera all the time. Hello?
Hey y'all. Period. What time?
Hello?
I can't see. I made this Instagram post, y'all.
Did they drop a comment?
I don't know. I can't see.
Girl, you ain't that short. Hold on. You might be. No, it wasn't no comments. Oh, hi, Nicole. They were just greeting each other. Yes, yes. But like I was saying, Coach is a Zach, or I was about to say Coach is Zach. Zach, Coach. Coach Zach. All right, let me get my wording together. Started a youth program here for the youth, and it's awesome. So he's training them. He's a D1 defensive coach. I may be getting that title messed up. And Zach, whenever you do watch this, if you do watch this, please drop the comment down below. Let them know exactly what it is you are. I want to say D1 though. They said I need supervision. And she done ran off. She needs supervision too. She like me. Both you on the move. So, Barb, you're working on planting precious pieces. What are you working on? Or Nicole, what are you gritting to? And Barb, there's somebody else that's always on the Squad Creator podcast. I thought it was you. It's not. It's another M&N Customs. Or is that you? Just a different channel. I was going back through the comments on the last live I had watched, and I kept seeing M&N Customs. I'm like, is that Barb or is that not Barb? go with Miller. Yo, I'm typing in names so I can start the Cameo 4 over here. I'm getting ready to grab the Juliet. I want it bad. Or not the Juliet, the Romeo. I need a better cutter, bigger cutter. Miller. Well, how does that happen? What? Miller. Nothing. I know I'm a fake crafter. No, you ain't no fake crafter. You just pick and choose. You have your days. Some days you feel like crafting, some days you don't. It's all good. Trust me. I just appreciate you being here. Could have been any else in the world, but you're here with your boy Mike Tees. So Miller, gotcha. Shrink this a tad bit. So probably like a good 10 of my orders I sent out to SUPACOLOR. So I'm just waiting on them actually to come so we can press and ship and send. I haven't really had a lot of content to shoot from the studio or from in here. Plus, you guys know I work at night. See, I'm one of those. I get off work, go home, chill for a little bit, and then I'll be at the house. I'm like, oh, this would be a great idea. And hop right into it. Case Smith. We're going to rock with a Smith up underneath him. I know y'all probably tired of me asking who's going to what shows, but I'll be wanting to know so I can look out for people. But the summertime, it be a lot of stuff popping. COVID's still out there, but now we can travel, y'all. We can travel, all right? ITH. Let's duplicate it again. And if you've ever used SUPACOLOR and you're on right now, how do you feel about SUPACOLOR? Let's talk about that. How do y'all feel about SUPACOLOR? Or DTF transfers as a whole? I heard a lot of people saying that they're not gonna rock with either or. 1 second again. Hello? Yes. Be able to work while it's going on. Whoa. Yeah, we should be able to. I should be able to. Alright. How much does it cost to get up there? Alright, just text it to me because I'm on live. Alright. Live. One of my sons, y'all. Sorry about that. Next is Harris. Did y'all watch the Squad Creators podcast? You might get a chance to check it out. We had Big Brando. This week we got Elise from bookkeeping. She actually does a lot of amazing things. If you having problems with like structuring your business or switching your crafting business to a business or organizing your crafting business, Elise from bookkeeping is the person, aka polka dotted blue jay on Instagram. Y'all go check that out. I haven't used them since Stan's situation. Gully Visionaries, yeah, I understand, bruh. But I had too many teams wrapped up in them. I don't have an issue with them. And look, I'm gritting to it. That's their issue. That ain't my issue. But how do you feel on just the transfer industry as a whole, period, though, Gully? What do you feel like? I mean, I know direct to film is taking over everything, you know, as did sublimation 2 years ago. And whatever print method was popular before then, I'm going to say everybody was talking about embroidery, if I could think back a little bit. And then your traditional screen printing. There's a place, like Brando said, for all of these transfer companies, the direct to film industry, the DTG industry, the SUPACOLORs, the vinyls, the screen printers, the embroiderers. There's a spot for everybody in here. I don't feel like you gotta pick or choose which way or the other. I like a happy combination of them all. Some shirts may have some direct to film with some embroidery on it with a hit of vinyl on the back, or vice versa. Some screen printing with a little bit of vinyl with maybe some rhinestones. Just mix and matching. It drives up the value of the shirt, for real, for real. Okay, I just hit something I didn't even know existed. Right. Direct to film is what I'm looking to do to add to the business. That's what's up. I've been using a lot of direct to film to procure some of the jobs. A lot of times it's like a 4-piece, a 10-piece. But for the majority of like my AAU teams or my basketball teams or even my baseball teams, I've been rocking with SUPACOLOR. They've been getting me right for a minute. Plus, y'all just seen I got a whole bunch of these right here. But yeah, the DTF industry is definitely promising. We get that formula dialed in completely, all the way correct, where it won't crack, peel, or fade. Like Jason, I keep saying this. I know I reference him in almost all my direct to films. I have a self-baked creation shirt that was done probably in 2020. Or what, 2021, I'll say. That shirt ain't got no cracks in it. It still has the skull perfect. It has the little letters that he used. So whatever formula Jason had dialed in at South Bay Creations, aka the Tumblr dude, those settings was dead on. And I appreciate him. He gave me like, I want to say almost 100 different DTF prints that I printed and then took to a store. So, and this is 2 years after the fact. You know what I'm saying? They have been sitting on the shelf for 2 years. Direct to film is what I'm talking about. Aside from direct to film, what else do y'all see taking over? I'm going to bring it up. It's coming. It's at the tip of my tongue. I just ain't got to it yet. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. But you know, I always try to have a reason why I come on. I don't like to just come on and just be wasting y'all time. Tyrone here is Xavier Gardner. I had their Primetime Elite, I think, last week or something like that, and one of the names was spelled wrong. So I go back to look in the text to make sure I got it exactly the way it was in the text. And that's how they sent it to me in the text. So I was like, that ain't my problem, it ain't my fault. It's funny because I had to show him the text, like, you sent it to me like this. I still have a inkjet transfer shirt from 2019 that hasn't cracked. I'm gonna post on IG. Do ask me how is it? Hey, look, I don't know. Did you get it from South Bay? Or who was it that you got it from? Because that's the person, if you didn't get it from South Bay, that's the person you need to be running through with your DTFs. Gully Visionaries runs a brand, y'all, and was just in a movie. I believe you've been in a couple movies, right? I got a whole movie star on my live right now. Are you printing it yourself? You have a converted printer? My bad, bro. I'm asking a lot of questions. I didn't start interviewing you. Gardner, why would you separate it? They separated it on her. It's too long. I'm gonna rock with that. Alright, so 16. Cool. Don't mind me turning my back to y'all or coming over here. I'm just cutting a piece of this Econo out real quick. Let's see if there's... Nah, XP 440 inkjet printer. Wow. An inkjet printer? I'm not good with the numbers on the printers. The only printer I know is this 7720 and the F5170 sublimation printer. I do know about the Rollins, and there's one out there in the other city that I sometimes use, but I don't know. I don't actually know the actual printer. Is that like the same as the L1800 or the 1430s that we've been talking about, that everybody's been talking about? On it. This is a horrible cut. We need to recut that. Cool. It's been such a while since I got on here. Alright, so the reason I actually came on live to y'all today is to talk about this AI situation we got going. Artificial intelligence. I've seen the shirts that say AI helped produce it, or I'm not AI producer. Just different little flips on that AI. How are y'all integrating AI into your business? And if you are, if you aren't, let me know. Or if you just don't have no feelings towards it, let me know. I can tell you guys, I was skeptical when I first heard it, but I was skeptical when I first heard direct-to-film printing. I was skeptical about DTG just because of the cost, the prices. They will run the person off. M&N says ChatGPT. ChatGPT works wonderful. Opus Clips works wonderful. What's another one? Ask AI works wonderful. All of this stuff is doing what it's supposed to do. Now, they're saying that we are in trouble as t-shirt people or anybody that's in the crafting industry because anybody can go on and make designs. You know, that's one of a kind. Honestly, I don't think we're in trouble. I wouldn't say we're in trouble. I would say learn how to use AI so you can incorporate it into your business. You don't want to be a late bloomer with this one. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is because I've seen direct to film. I had a chance to actually be a part of a major company that was doing direct to film right before it started. The thing is, I didn't want to get my hands dirty. I didn't know how to upkeep the machine, and I was scared that ultimately I would mess over the machine. And I don't have 2 to 3 to 4 to 5,000 to replace a print head or to go just turn around and buy a whole nother machine for that matter. So I was hesitant to the point to where I said, no, I'm not going to get into it. However, with AI, this is completely different. Now, I tried to do a live video probably almost 2 weeks ago showing you guys this Kindle process, but my computer at the house just wasn't cooperating with me. The internet was lagging, it kept cutting out, so y'all, I couldn't really get my message across. I'm gonna figure that out so I can redo that video. But let me tell you about Kindle. I have been messing around with Kindle for the last couple of weeks, and I've been able to create some nice designs. Now, yes, they have a paid version that you can use. Leonardo AI is another one. Seek's been telling me about that one since before Kindle. I just gravitated towards Kindle because I got on there and I seen how extremely easy it was and beginner friendly. We should shut this cash register real quick. Y'all want change jingling all over the place. However, when I got on to, I have not even clicked on the website to get to Leonardo, or there's another one that people keep telling me I need to try aside from Kindle. Is it Wonder AI? It may be Wonder AI or T-shirt millionaires just mentioned this. I can hear him saying it, but I don't know what it is. Space. Anyhow, find an AI program and try to learn it. I'm gonna tell you why. If you don't, you will be replaced. If somebody can go get a graphic design, let's just say they've been coming to me for all these years for mock-ups. And yeah, they can go on their computer. Excuse that, y'all. Yeah, they can go on their computer and they can create something on a little t-shirt form, like a little mock-up. Take a picture of it and send it to you and say, hey, you think you could do this? Yeah, I designed this. You know, whoop, whoop, blah, blah, blah. And you be like, nah. What's going on, Connie Hart? How you doing? Did you say Kiddo AI? Is that correct? No. Kittle. Kittl. It does sound like I'm saying kiddo, because that's what I thought when I kept hearing it was kiddo. It's Kittle. Kittl. Try it out. You can go in there and choose a theme, and with like 1 or 2 clicks of the buttons, you could change the font. You could change if it's going around. You could change between different, like if you want to do a poster size, or if you want to do a t-shirt size, or if you're doing a crafting project, whatever it is, just get in there and mess around. Now, I liked it a lot. So off that initial first design that I made, I got addicted. I'm gonna say I got addicted, and I started clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. Next thing you know, I got like 50 designs. So the best thing about this is everything is free, even downloading the PNG. The only problem is the PNG will be blurry. It will not be high resolution because it's the free version. So they give you a couple options to choose from the $10 all the way up to 23 or 25. Then they have a business plan that they're putting in place. And that's what I'm looking forward to. It's a business plan. That's what I signed up for. But I'm using the free credits that these guys have provided for me. I haven't went on and paid the $10 monthly fee or the $15 or the $20 monthly fee, because I'm waiting to see how much it's going to be for the business. But back to my original point. So if you're not going to integrate AI into what it is that you're doing, you may potentially lose some of your customers. Or your customers, like especially for my mock-up artists or my people that actually just sell graphics, that don't do the t-shirt side, don't do the crafting side at all, this will definitely replace you. Because now the person can either speak into it or put a detailed program or paragraph and get exactly what it is that they're looking for. Meaning slicing out the middleman. But if you use it to your advantage, like I've actually made a couple of poster like images, screensavers, and stuff like that, just to see all where could place it. But it has nurse prompts in there, so you guys know most of the nights, every night, I make my wife a nurse shirt, some type of new nurse's custom. This is when she doesn't have to wear her whole get up for the hospital. I call it get up. Yeah, I'm old school. But when she travels, she's allowed to wear different shirts as long as it has registered nursing or STNA nursing or anything related with nursing. So a stethoscope or, anything associated with the medical field. I started messing with Kittle and I typed in the prompt nursing, and I got like thousands upon thousands of images. Some of them look a little bit recyclable, like they came right off of Etsy, but then there's some ones on there that was super awesome. So that was my whole reason for hopping on today's live, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. I didn't get to do a professional video, and I'm trying to do a screened video where I'm actually going to Kittle, showing you guys how I designed it, how I saved it as a PNG, where did it actually land, and how I actually used it to put onto a shirt. Right now, I've used probably like a good 10 of those images, and I made them into SVGs, and I just cut them out in vinyl, which it's not the greatest because it's not 100% resolution. The resolution is very low, so you got to imagine the cut lines are going to be a little bit bumpy or wavy. They're not going to be straight, crispy vector lines unless you pay for the actual program. Kiddo hasn't pitched me a affiliate link or anything like that. Either as Wonder AI, either as any of these other AI sites. I'm just hipping game to you guys. I know what's coming, and I can see how it could potentially harm a lot of us if we do not utilize it or use it. You will be replaced. And if you guys know any other ones aside from Leonardo or ChatGPT, please drop them in the comment section, because I'm going to go on and probably browse this weekend coming and see what's out there. All right, so those ones are done. Go back over here. I wanted to walk away so y'all didn't hear that. Wish they don't do that with the Romeo, supposedly, so I'm waiting on the Romeo. Yes, I'm going to grab the Romeo. It's important, people. Why? Because if I can eliminate that sound, then, hey. But if it don't cut right, Romeo, I'm going back to Cameo. I'm not playing. And Cameo will still be in the run. Yeah, I beg to differ. I won't be replaced. What are you talking about? Why ain't nobody about to replace you? Oh, you talking about AI? No. But I've heard a lot of stuff like hearsay is a mug. Just imagine you got a lot of people that found out about shirt space, right? And it was like, oh, well, shoot. I don't need you no more. I got some way to design my graphics. And then they go to download the little picture that they created on T-shirt space, right? And then now, instead of just buying it through T-shirt space, they're looking at their local print shop, VMITs, to create this logo that they made up off of Teesprings or one of them T-shirt sites. And I'm looking like, yeah, I could do something close to it, but I can't do exactly what you just did in that file. And the reason being is I might not have that font on my computer at the time. I may have to go and look for that font. Or they might do something that's completely impossible that I ain't never seen before. And I can't really get it on. SUPACOLOR, what's going on? Super fam, how are y'all doing this evening? We was just talking about you. And AI, actually. And how it could be used to actually, forward your business, your company structure. But like I was saying, if I went to Teesprings and I created a design, right? Or they created a design, then they bring it to my shop and I'm trying to actually get it. They done downloaded a vector, a non-vector picture with a whole bunch of bumps in it and looking kind of distorted. The resolution is completely gone. Tell me, how am I supposed to get it if I didn't pay for that paid version? Therefore, meaning I have to come up with a recreation of the design that they originally designed on a whole nother platform. To me, it's like, you might as well took that time. And I don't know if you guys charge for your mock-ups, how much you charge for your mock-ups. Let's just say you start at $40 for a mock-up. You might as well went on ahead and paid that $40 and got that vectorized version, then sent it to me. Because now you got to pay me $40 to recreate your logo that you already created, which is horrible. And the only reason I'm saying that is there's some people that want to do what I'm doing, but they haven't jumped into it for whatever reason. Fear being mostly, I would say, or self-doubt. But, man, at the end of the day, just try. At least try. Shoot. That way you don't have no regrets. I'm one of them. I'm going to try. So I don't have no regrets. And if it don't work, it wasn't meant to be. But if it do work, you either added something to your tool belt or you didn't increase your worth because now you have that extra added value of something new that you didn't have before. So I can ask SUPACOLOR, how do you guys feel about AI? And do you use and utilize AI at all? I'm hearing a lot of people saying graphic designers will be replaced. But Barb feels like how I feel. There's no replacing me. I'm irreplaceable. A lot of people are, visually you can't find what it is that you're looking for. A lot of times you may envision something, but when you go to put it together, it don't look like nothing you had envisioned. A detailed paragraph in the AI program will get you exactly what you want. Graphic designer might be gone. That's why I said you have to use it. You got to utilize it. And once again, being ahead of the curve. AI, there's AI for everything. I see AI on rap. People changing their voices to the baby, the DMX, all types of stuff. There's AI on faces. You can make people talk, say stuff. A still picture, not say that was still like this. Have a whole conversation. It's kind of scary if you think about it, but we gotta embrace it and use it. If nothing else, use it to help enhance your business, which is what I plan on doing. And like I said, the reason I keep speaking on Kittle is because I'm fascinated how easy it is. I was there with my son, Mike Jr., my other camera guy. Whenever he's not practicing or with his friends, he comes and shoots videos for me. So we're at the house and I'm like, Mike, have you been working on Kittle? Because he showed me that he has signed up for it and he has started making designs. Well, he was a little bit confused with some of the tools. So I went through and I did a quick tutorial with him. At the end of the tutorial only took us like 5-10 minutes. He came back and he had shown me like 10 designs he done made himself. Now I'm like, if it's that simple, any and everybody can use it. Hence the reason I was using the screened-in version, the screen version. That's what made me go on live that day. I was trying to show y'all, but Mac was having a whole downfall. Was having a whole issue. The graphic designer will have a place. That part, Barb. She's saying everybody is safe. And I feel like that too, though. I do feel that, but I got to say it because it's going to be said. It's sort of like the little back and forth I have with Seek for automating, not replacing. Okay. Definitely can dig that. That is so true. I'm going back and forth with Seco, Squad Creative Podcast, right? Over if a custom shop can actually run a full-time brand. He's saying it's impossible or one is going to suffer severely. I beg to differ. If you have enough employees and you delegate the responsibilities the right way, so I'm going to just use myself as an example. Two of my sons work and they press transfers all the time. Then I have my father who works from home. He also presses transfers, or he'll press like the vinyl, like I'm doing right here. I'll cut out a bunch of baseball names. I'll drop off a stack of shirts and the names like that. I need these on the back of all the shirts. I'll come pick them up, tomorrow. He's necessary. He doesn't have to do any of the actual cutting out, none of the designing, none of that. Hold on. I lost what I was saying. I'm gonna get back on it. I'm just gonna read this comment real quick. SUPACOLOR. Can it be a tool for creators? Yes. Does it have its ethical dilemma with it using artists' pre-existing work to generate new work? Yes. It's a touchy subject, but ultimately AI has its place. Oh, okay. So like I was saying, for the brand versus the custom. If I got, my employees just pressing and stamping something that I've already gave them, and then I'm shipping it out, or I'm having one of my other sons ship it out, or my daughter shipping it out, I think it can be fully done. I understand it's going to be rough at first, but if you generate enough buzz, or you got enough people that's willing to buy your product, it shouldn't be that hard to do. So in my opinion, on my side of the fence, in my argument, I think you could do both. That was one of the questions I had asked Big Brando, and he had answered it on both sides of the coin. Now, I'm not saying if I just started printing today that I'm going to have a custom shop and a brand, because then you drive yourself out the business. I've been doing this almost 5 years. So I got the customs on lock. But if I have my sons and I'm training them to do the brand stuff, they can run the brand. Am I wrong for thinking this? I know that one side of the company may suffer, which is true. The brand name isn't going to be as popping as my custom name because I'm mainly customs 24/7. But do you think it's possible that a custom shop can also run a clothing brand? As I'm weeding vinyl right now, this is actually for the War Dogs, which I will be having the logos. They're coming from SUPACOLOR as well. You guys see me stamping it. Or possibly my father. I might take it over to my father. My father don't like he do not like to be on camera. He'd be like, okay. He ain't gonna say nothing to y'all. But I've got him on camera probably twice this whole time. But my father is also a pastor too, so he's very reserved with what he says and how he speaks. He's not, the only time you see him on the camera is when he in the pulpit and they recording. Come on, Barb, weigh in. Let me know. Do you think it's possible somebody could run a brand? Or SUPACOLOR, do you think it's possible for someone to run a brand? Or Gully, a brand with customs? If you have a successful team, I think you could do anything. And sometimes a team may be just two. Sometimes a team may just be two people, you and somebody else. We all envision of having a large team, But with that large team comes large overhead, large expenses. And y'all can ask me any questions. My bad, I'm just rambling right now. But I got the topic out of the way, which was the AI situation. And I want to be asking a lot more of our guests on Squad Creative Podcast about this First of all, my brother is in denial. Mr. Seek is in denial. All right, so y'all gotta forgive him. And that's in response to that. It's impossible to do. It's not impossible. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Barb says, I think you could do both. With good management. Okay. That's so true. It's who's doing what and if they're on top of their game. If they're on top of their game or if they're a super hard worker, you got to know where to put. You got to learn how to delegate responsibility. You doing this, and you doing this. You running the camera, you pressing the transfers, you collecting the orders and the deposits. Or securing it. There's a place for everybody. If it's ran right, like Barb says. SUPACOLOR. It can be done, but once you hold on. It can be done, but once one outgrows the other, you got to get the manpower, to automate the day-to-day, so that you can focus on keeping the growth going. That part. Let me read that one more time. It can be done, but once one outgrows the other, you gotta get the manpower to automate the day-to-day so that you can focus on keeping the growth going. Don't want to hinder yourself. You don't want to get to a good spot and then all of a sudden one is outgrowing the other. So definitely have to have that manpower in place or be in constant search. So one of the things that I was talking to a couple of the people here is we have a lot of the football Hall of Fame throughout our city, y'all. A lot of stuff that I do is either, geared towards the Hall of Fame or some way associated with the Hall of Fame. Like a lot of teams come through here. And then we have the D-League teams and then all the other teams that fall under the professional standard that come through here. To secure those jobs, a lot of times I'm out there on the street or my name might have gotten passed out there or someone may have said something to somebody else about, that word of mouth. It travels really, really, really good. SUPACOLOR example, automating weeding vinyl while you're out in the trenches marketing your brand. Yes, sir. But when the cost justifies it, of course. That part exactly. You see me weeding vinyl and talking, but that was a great example. But I might have a lot of people out there that may be candidates. So I was talking to a couple of people within my city, and I'm trying to pitch this to the Hall of Fame. They have a coach. Actually, Coach Zach Sweat, the video that you guys are going to see tomorrow, he actually works with the Hall of Fame. So I was explaining to him, like, man, me and you need to get together and have, like, some type of program to where we could show, like, you could talk about... Yes.
You have a restroom in there I could use?
Hold on one second.
Pretty please.
Yes, we usually... No, but you don't gotta pay me, sir.
I'm not no dirty person. I'll send you customers. I'm stupid.
Yes, sir. No, you're fine.
I'm not a thief. You can check.
No, you're all right. Go ahead and use the restroom. It's all right. Turn that light on to the right, because the one in the bathroom is still running electric. So right there to the right. You see it? Yes, sir. My bad, y'all. The store is closed, but I just had a customer walk in and has to use the bathroom. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. So, if I have Zach, coming and talking to these kids or maybe the youth or some of the younger adults about what it is to actually go to the NFL or be drafted for a D1 league and some of the experiences he's went through and some of the steps that he took to get there, that's appealing to those kids that's basically wanting to be in the sports, right? I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I've played football. I was a linebacker. I didn't like football. You know, I like to watch sports, but I don't like to participate in sports. I'm one of those. And I will watch the game occasionally. I'm not jumping. I'm not running home to watch no football games, no championships, no none of that. It's not to say that sports, I'm just really not the sports guy. I'm not the one you come to for sports. But if I was in the same class teaching to him, I would be the opposite of what he is. So he's teaching sports. Now, he's not just teaching football. He's actually working with basketball, baseball, like the whole sports world. And they have certain coaches that they use to actual...
You don't want nothing?
No, sir, I do not want anything.
When you open?
So usually we're here from 12 to 5.
Yeah?
And that's Monday through Saturday.
All right.
And then occasionally I'll be in like I am now.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yes,
You
sir.
got clothes?
Yeah, we're closed right now.
No, I said you got clothes.
Oh, yeah. I do custom apparel. That's
Okay,
what I do.
I'll come back.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
You
I
have a
didn't know it
blessed
was open.
day.
It's nice.
Yes. Come back tomorrow. We're open. from
All
12 to
right,
5.
bye-bye.
All right.
Hey, if you ever need locks changed, my buddy, he's a locks, Anthony Lock and Key.
Yes.
Anthony Sorbus, he's an ex-deputy sheriff.
Okay.
I live down here on, when you walk Martindale Park, I
Okay.
live in those condos. I walked to Walmart to get some shoes. Yeah. Take care,
Well,
thank
you have a
you.
blessed night, sir.
That's nice.
Sorry about that. 1 minute, y'all. Okay, I have my door open, like I said before, and we're closed to sign this off, but the door is open. As you guys can hear the highway and people going down the road. Back to what I was speaking of. I'm opposite of sports. I don't really get into sports, really. You know, I don't run home to watch the sports game. My sons, all of them watch. They yelling, screaming at the TV. My youngest daughter, Mariah, she's infatuated with basketball. We go to all the basketball games. Miss Anaya over here. Come on, Anaya. Come tell them how many sports you do. They can't hear you all the way over there in the corner. This is my other daughter right here. I called her Shorty McDoo-Wop. Come on over here and tell them how many sports you in, ma'am. And we're going to boast and brag because this one right here, she just got a scholarship to go to a special medical school. And what is it that you would like to be in life?
Cardiothoracic surgeon.
Could you say it louder because my audience can't hear you?
Cardiothoracic surgeon.
What is a cardiothoracic surgeon?
They
I
work
know
on the
most of
heart.
it. They work on the heart. Okay. What sports do you play, ma'am?
I play soccer, golf, volleyball, cheer. That's about it. Soccer, golf, volleyball, cheer, and softball.
And softball. I was getting ready to say you gonna forget about softball. Yeah. So she's 6 sports in. You know what I'm saying? I don't like sports. Don't too much care about sports, but she does that. Appreciate you, SUPACOLOR. So for me in this program that I'm trying to conjoin with Zach, I would teach the printing side. I would introduce kids or young adults to printing, different methods of printing, and that's what I'm trying to do. There's a guy, I always butcher his last name, but I know it's Chester. It's either Man Bidwell or it's just Chester Bidwell. A couple states over, he had envisioned starting a construction company. Well, a construction trade school. My father actually went and checked out the facilities over there. This is probably like 30-something years ago. He had this vision. So he starts to, you know, open up an institute to train others how to do construction work. Through training others how to do construction work, he was able to set up a college that now employs the people that graduates through his program and sends them out to different jobs. Not only does it do that, they can also become their own private contractors because they've graduated through the school. That's something I would like to start here in the Stark County area. Now, being that this is the Hall of Fame city, there is like limited 2 to 3 week programs, but there's nothing year round. When I was coming up, there was intramural sports. Intramural sports means you may want to play baseball. So they would take, you know, you can go with the baseball crowd, go try baseball out. But in that same camp, if you didn't like baseball and you wanted to try basketball, you could do that. So the next day you'd be like, yeah, I wasn't too much feeling softball. Is there any spots on the basketball? They would send them to go play basketball. Anyways, just so it would keep the kids entertained. It would give them something to do, something to look forward to, especially with summer coming around. So we were going back and forth talking, Zach and I going back into this conversation about throwing out this program. Well, I wanted to do it in August. He was like, Mike, that's not going to be a good time for me. I'm traveling. I'm going to be out of town for most of the month. And I'm like, man, I really could use August because I've been thinking about this for a while. He was like, let's just sit down and plan this out a little bit more, and we'll do it next year around the same time. At first, I was a little hesitant because I'm like, that's too far away. But then I got to thinking, like, yeah, this needs to be planned out, because if I'm going to pitch this to the Hall of Fame, it needs to be a well thought out and executed plan. It can't be something that I'm just dreaming and just speaking, you know, to the actual company. I need to actually think this out. I gotta have a proposal of sorts. I gotta have a track record of what it is that I do, so I can explain to them, yo, this is what I've been doing for the last couple of years, and this is how I've grown. I started here from a basement and, you know, now to a storefront. They need to know all of that and see all of those steps. Basically, that's what Zach was, you know, conveying to me. Now, my partner, Zach, I call him best friend, brother from another mother, however you want to call it. He's with Amway. When he isn't coaching professionally, he does Amway on the side. Amway is a place where you can get, like, your melatonin. Your boy be up a little bit too late. Sometimes I just can't go to sleep. So he's affiliated with Amway products, exclusively Amway. So they got like nutritional bars, nutritional supplements, all sorts of stuff. Creating with Tuck, what's going on? How are you doing? I'm just in here answering questions and talking about life real quick. All right. Let me go back up through the comments like I missed one. Ain't nothing wrong with weeding. I still do it myself. Third year, for sure. Hey, the back of them jerseys, they look flawless. You know, with this on there, a nice super color hit with the logo, the vibrancy of the colors. Y'all already see it. This is old. This one is old. This done been to the rigor Romo, like Busta Rhymes would have said. But it's still in there like swimwear. You see it? But yeah, y'all, I've been out here gritting, and hopefully everybody else has been gritting and coming up with plans to execute, knock things out, you know, so you can measure how far you came this year compared to last year. And everybody's goal is to, you know, ultimately be way ahead of where they was last year. As I slowly peel and weed this with my fingers. So somebody in one of my comments in one of my videos was like, have you ever heard of a weeder? I'm like, yeah, but that takes the fun out of it. I like being in this in various spots and just pulling out little pieces of vinyl. It's relaxing. It's no different than setting rhinestones. If anybody hasn't set any rhinestones, like my boy over there, Ray Jones, he's one of the best to ever do it with the rhinestones. He is a rhinestone master. He's the king of rhinestones. There's nothing like it to him when he get to placing them rhinestones one by one. But you know how much he charges for one of those rhinestone shirts? They start at $85 and they go up. I would pay $85 for his work of art. It's fire. Trying to reach out back to him and get him on the Squad Creators podcast. We actually had him, but we were using Restream at the time and lost the footage. We didn't lose the footage, it just came back mangled. We were all blurry looking, crazy looking, and lost like a good portion of the interview. So we wasn't able to actually put that interview out. But I would love to get back, you know, on camera with him, so he can describe to us how he does what he do. Because right now I'm buying stock rhinestone transfers, and I see craftable things out there doing their thing. I see Eve Lowry, aka the baby's booty, out there. She's getting it together. Went to rhinestones. See, those are rhinestone professionals. I ain't no rhinestone professional. I'm novice. I'm before novice. What's before novice with the rhinestones? I swear I tried last year. She got the shoes, but the rhinestones ain't there. A lot of them that fell off and chipped. I actually made a whole video over that. Over the rhinestone into the shoe. Anybody have any questions? Or are you attending any venues coming up soon? We was looking in June to see if they had any shows that was close to me, anything that was going on, and I don't know. None look too promising. I know they got we got the Impression show in September, Wallapalooza in July. What else is there? I think there's a crafting summit or the graphics expo. I might be saying it wrong. I know Racoma has a summit coming up sometime soon. Do any of you guys plan on getting out and traveling? I like to network with people, and more importantly, I like to see the people that's making the stuff that we go out and use, especially if you use it on a daily. So I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. This Thursday we're gonna have Elise bookkeeping from Polka Dotted Blue Jay. Like I said, if you are in need of help of organizing your business, you know, getting a structured plan together for your business on how you should be uploading tax documents or how you should be scanning in receipts, you might want to head on over to her Instagram. That's Polka Dotted Blue Jay on Instagram. She will be speaking with us this Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific, or no, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Make sure y'all tap in. And I greatly appreciate you guys coming through and, you know, chopping it up with me for this last hour. We getting ready to get up out of here, go get something to eat, and go see what all got delivered today. I hope y'all have a blessed, productive night, evening, and week. If you want to answer a question in here and this is Team Replay, go ahead and drop a comment. I do read all the comments. And y'all have a blessed, productive day. Like I said, peace.